Good evening. I am Phyllis Logan, your host for the Chicago Westside Branch NAACP, and welcome to our next quarter, 3 months of many activities and engagement for you, our audience, to participate in. We are a live interactive show here on KNTV 21, 312-738-1060. Call in with your questions, your comments, and we will try to acknowledge and answer as many comments and questions as possible. Thank you, audience, for joining us once again. This evening, we're going to discuss two issues, two concerns, two things that are going on in Chicago as of today. Well, early voting, we know, will be starting soon. And as you know, the NAACP is all about empowerment and employing people to get to the booth as when you're charged to exercise your right to vote, as well as registering individuals to vote and vote accordingly to your concerns, your thoughts, as well as your concerns. We are a nonpartisan organization. Our concern is not who you vote, but that you do exercise that one right you have that's free of rein to vote. Our second topic this evening is of interest to our homeowners, and that is a new program that Chicago has started, which is a homeowners property tax rebate program. We know that there has been many increases to homeowners that live within the Chicagoland area, and one of them gives you an opportunity to receive a rebate. I'm wearing our colors this evening, as they say. The NAACP colors are navy blue and gold. So I'm sporting us well because this is an election year. So we welcome your participation in our conversation. I want to first share with you our office information. We are located at 5820 West Chicago Avenue. Our office number is 773-261-5890. Our current president, Carl A. Brinson, and our monthly meetings are the first Saturday of every month at 1 p.m., and we're open to the public. Open to the public meaning you don't have to be a member to join us to hear of the activity that we do from the Chicago Westside branch, but you are welcome to join at any given time, either by calling our office number or participating at our monthly meeting and joining in at that point. Membership is power, as every organization will say, and your membership can help us agitate a lot of the areas that we participate in. So let's get started. Early voting. As you know, early voting will start as soon as, let me look at my dates here, starting October the 9th, which is next Monday. You can start early voting at the location of the Chicago Election Board, 69 West Washington. You'll need to possibly bring an ID, and most times we will say you don't need an ID to vote, but when you vote outside of your normal precinct, then you'll need to show people who you are and where you are so that they can identify your precinct location. So 69 West Washington, downtown Chicago, in the lower level, you can do early voting. Actually, it started September the 29th. So September the 29th through next week, October 9th, is early registration there, Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5. After October the 10th, you can go to 15 West Washington. They will have touch screens, over 100 touch screens for you to early vote there. And then right after October the 23rd, starting October the 24th, you'll be able to register to vote at many community outlets. And for the Chicago, you have to go online and see where the early voting sites are starting October the 24th, and that's through November the 7th, Election Day. There has been issues with, over the local news and the national news, there's been issues with cyber security and internet being our election information being compromised. To look and see if you're registered to vote, you would go on to the Board of Elections for the City of Chicago. If you live in the City of Chicago, if you live in Cook County, all areas outside of Chicago, you can go into the Cook County Board of Election to make sure that your registration is valid and your name has not been compromised and you've not been purged off of the voter registration list. If you have changed your address within the last year to a new location, if you've changed your name since the last election, then you are qualified to pre-register for your new location or with your new name in order to be recognized as a registered voter for November 7th. It is truly, or November 8th, that Tuesday. It is imperative that you exercise this free right that you have to vote. The election is so important. So call us 312-738-1060. Give us your thoughts or comments if you have concerns or if you just have questions. If you are homeless, you can still register to vote. If you are some of the other requirements, as long as you're a citizen, 18 and older, and do not, as a ex-offender, are not continuing to serve a charge, you have a right to vote. So call us in with your questions or comments or any concerns that you're having or hearing throughout where you live, 312-738-1060. As our heading shows, all lives matter, our lives matter, and NAACP, we believe in one vote, one right. So please give us a call with your questions or comments. The next subject I want to bring up before I get into the homeowners property rebate program is something that just happened in Chicago just today. City Council voted and approved a new ordinance taking the Independent Police Review Authority and pushing that to the side and changing that to a new operations, the Civilians Oversight Police Authority. We opposed many issues that were a part of the IPRA. NAACP, the Chicago Westside and Southside, if you saw the news yesterday, we are concerned with the structure of the ordinance, and we will have more conversation on that subject within the next 2 or 3 shows, Thursdays at 6 p.m. And we look for you to be a part of that, view our shows, and then call in with your questions or comments. Or at any time, you can call our office once again if you have concerns about the new Civilians Oversight Police Authority committee that the City of Chicago has just elected to proceed forward with. And we know that there will be community outreach to hear your voice, you, the citizens of Chicago. But feel free to call us at 773-261-5890. Be a part of our Criminal Justice Committee. We have been ratcheting up our energies to fight this battle to make sure that we as civilians, Chicago residents, that our voices are heard and that the areas of concern are heard by us, the civilians, the residents of Chicago. So feel free. But if you have questions or comments right now, 312-738-1060. So we want to make sure that you're aware of that. We did oppose with the at least eight of the aldermen We did oppose this new ordinance for the COPA because we felt that the ordinance was not strong enough to make sure that it combated the issues of police accountability as well as police brutality. So, you need to be a part of that conversation with us, with the Chicago Westside branch and the Chicago Southside branch, NAACP. So with that, we'll have 2 shows coming up this month of October to give you more insight on our thoughts, our concerns, as well as the language that we're looking to be included in this ordinance when the public opinions meetings start within the next week or so, we were told. Also, one of our concerns as the NAACP, our concerns were that we were not at the table when decisions were being made on the direction of this new ordinance and how it would be a bigger oversight and accountability and independent of forcing some of the concerns that we have for police brutality as well as accountability. Our concerns in the past have been about patterns and practices of police officers, and you've heard it throughout the national news how there have been so many killings at the hands of police. Well, that's an issue that we, the NAACP Westside branch and Southside branch, have been combating for over 2 years now. And we look for you, our audience, to be supportive of us on this, as well as to assist us, join forces with us to make sure that the correct messages are being given to the mayor and the city council on what we expect this independent board to do as far as oversight on police activity and police accountability as it relates to us, the civilians, in the city of Chicago. So we're going to leave that there, and we talked about early voting, exercising your right to vote. And if you've had a change in your address or your name, how you need to re-register, we have access for you to bring yourself up to date so that you can exercise that right to vote. The second topic I wanted to get to this evening, because this 25 minutes can go so fast. Feel free to call us, though. Your time and efforts are warranted and appreciated. 312-738-1060. The second topic is the Chicago Police, the City of Chicago's property tax rebate program. And let me give an overhead here. Let's see if we can see this overhead. Somewhat. Yes, we can. The City of Chicago just started this rebate program October 1st, and it runs through, as you can see there, November 30th, 2016, this year. To be eligible for this rebate, you have to be a Chicago homeowner, as the paperwork says. You have to be a Chicago homeowner receiving the homeowner's exemption. So if you're the owner-occupant of a piece of real estate that you own, and you are receiving your homeowner's exemption, which is the proper way to get your property taxes reduced, then that's one strike for you for this rebate program. The second one, you have to have a household income of $75,000 or less. That's household income, not individual, but household income, meaning all the individuals who have earning power within the household that are over the age of 18, all of your income combined together cannot exceed $75,000. The next thing, you have received an increase in your city portion on your last property tax bill. So these are the tax bills that came out in, the last bills just came out in July. If you look at your property tax bill from July, which was your final tax bill for 2015, we pay our taxes a year in advance as opposed to later. So on the property tax bill that you got in July, it should show an increase from your 2014 to your 2015 tax bill. And you'll know this because more than likely you said to yourself, oh my God, the taxes just went up so high, I cannot afford them. And lo and behold, you really have no other choice but to pay that tax bill. So if the tax bill went up where it caused you to get excited, and you know it went up, then that's one of the third areas in order to see if you're eligible for this rebate. And then the fourth qualification or eligibility is that you have to be current on your tax bill. You have to be current on your tax bill, which means that the last bill that you got, the final bill for 2015, shows that you only owe a balance for the second installment of 2015. That means that you're current. And we always have to tell people to, even though you could be current on this bill, if you have had your taxes, property taxes, paid by someone else bought your taxes in the year of 2014 or 2013, you really need to find out if you don't have an escrow, and an escrow meaning your property taxes are part of your mortgage payment, then you need to find out if you're the only one who has paid your property tax bills. It's really important because we've had so many issues and concerns, especially with our elders, of someone buying a prior year's tax bill, which still keeps you current, but someone else may have an investment in your home that you're not aware of. So you need to follow up to see if you're the only one who has ever paid your property tax bill and that you own your home without a third party having an interest in it by way of paying your property taxes. So the application for the City of Chicago's property tax rebate program, like I stated, runs from October 1st, this past Friday, through November 30th. And how you can go online and pull up a copy of the application to see if you qualify, given these four areas, but there's also some other things that you'll need to do. This is very important because this will allow you a rebate for some part of, or reimbursement for paying your whole bill for some part of your tax bill. Just a small fraction, but every dollar counts. When you're in a family, your household income is very limited. Every refund that you can get is important. So what you need to do when you go online, this is a checklist. You need to have a current photo ID, whether it's a driver's license or a state ID. You'll have to definitely have your 2015 income tax or Social Security award letter if you're an elder person to show your income. So your 2015 tax return shows your total income for the year, but your Social Security awards letter is for those on disability, Social Security disability, as well as our elders who are receiving their Social Security income. This will show your income to make sure you fall under that $75,000 a year income category. And then you'll also need the second installment, which just came out in July, your second installment for your 2015 tax bill that we stated earlier. And then to receive a standard rebate, the owner of the property has to be in the City of Chicago. You have to show receipt that you do get the homeowner's exemption. And this is something that is easily found when you have your tax bill. Your tax bill should show that you qualify for the homeowner's exemption. Many people fall prey to not filing for this exemption. And it is a very easy process that could reduce your taxes, your property taxes, way lower than what an investor would pay. If you don't have the homeowner's exemption or any other exemption tagged to your property tax bill, then you're paying taxes on this property as though you do not occupy it, which is at an investor's rate, which is at many times double the rate of what your annual bill would be if you were the homeowner. So if you've not ever applied for the homeowner's exemption, you need to do it before you apply for this rebate. And then payment, you have to show that you've made payments on every other piece of property that you own. So the property that you are occupying is your home. You show that you have an exemption as a occupant homeowner, and then any other investment piece of property that you own, you have to show that you're current. So these are just some of the things, areas that you will be questioned on when you're applying for this rebate. I can tell you that the maximum amount of this rebate is not noted in the paperwork that I have to share with you this evening. But what we can tell you, actually, I take that back. If your taxes increase, let me just give you one bottom line. If your taxes increase from $50 to under $100, then you may be eligible for a $50 rebate. Okay, so that's very important. If your taxes increase more than that, they're by increments. So case in point, if your taxes increase by $350 or more, your rebate could be anywhere from $200 to $175, on the low end $150. So homeowners, your adjusted gross income, that's what it's based on. When you apply and put in your tax information from your 2015 tax return, all of that will help them calculate exactly how much rebate you're entitled to. But this is especially important to our seniors who have had increases in their taxes, as well as homeowners of low income. This is something that the city is giving you back because of the increase in your taxes, property taxes, and you're entitled to it because your taxes increased by as minimal as $50. Why not apply for this rebate? So we encourage everyone. The number here, 312-738-1060. But if you need more information, feel free to call our office, 773-261-5890, and we can assist you with more information, or to just go on to the city's website. Go on to the City of Chicago's webpage, as well as go on to the Chicago Board of Elections in reference to seeing if you're a registered voter. But all of this information is right there at your hand if you have access to a computer or at your local library utilizing the computers there. The information is available to you, but if you need our help or assistance, once again, feel free to call us at 773-261-5890. We want to help our community as much as possible, help our residents be aware of the resources that are available to you as much as possible, but we also want you to look at us, the NAACP, as a friend to you having access to public as well as private resources that are available to you. So I want to thank you again. The Chicago Westside branch is proud to be back this next quarter, bringing you imperative information on a weekly basis. I am Phyllis Logan, your host, and we welcome you to tune in every Thursday, but tune in all through the week at cantv.org. There are many programs that can give you access to a mountain of information that's there to assist you. So once again, welcome to our fall-winter sessions, and we look forward to being your host next Thursday at 6 p.m. Thank you.